Hey everybody, it's Steve, and today I'm going to be doing an updated video on the Ape Heroes project. Now, I've been waiting a few days to do this one since the announcement of their new POW token that's coming to the game. You know, can you tell that it's like a comic book kind of ish token for a fun project that's going to be making a game with heroes and villains, and we get a POW token. I really like that. It's fun. It plays into their whole narrative, the whole metaverse that they're trying to create. I do have a new video coming out tomorrow on Donkey Finance and Tomb Finance, and going over there and doing some DeFi stuff if you want to check that out. But for now, let's go ahead and get into the Ape Heroes project. Now, a lot of people, if you're not familiar with this, is a PFP kind of avatar project that is leading into a game. If you know much about Rebel bots from Ethereum, I got into that project earlier, but I didn't really make videos on it. I fell asleep at the wheel, but I kept my bots. That's good because they've gone up to now probably, I think, almost a 10x on their original price that I picked them up, and so that's pretty awesome. And it just took a while for that project to do it. It took literally almost like a whole year for them to go ahead and get all their stuff minted, everything out there, get their game, put it together, their giant white paper. And I see Ape Heroes doing the same thing that project did, but at a much faster pace. This project has only been around for around 2 months, and yet it's still putting out new things all of the time. The devs are very active, and this is why I keep doing videos about them, because they just keep releasing new and exciting things. So quickly, if we just kind of do a quick little overview of where they are at when it comes to creating villains. So they've had all of their boosted serums sold out for a while. We're coming up to 1,400 of the basic serums done, and we are over 1,500 villains minted. Now, that's still not quite halfway there on the villains, but as word gets out about this POW token, as we get closer to staking, we could see it start to ramp up. I don't know for sure if there'll be some big players who decide to come in at this point, but they might, because there is a lot of good things that are going on here. We go ahead and look at the marketplace. The floor price is at a 0.29. We'll go ahead and go to price low to high. Last time I did a video, they were at about 0.1 or just under 0.1. So we've had some movement upward since the POW token has come out. The main thing we've started to see is there's been a lot of people who have been able to get out of their apes if they don't want them. And there's been a lot of people who have been creating the villains in the recent time, and their Telegram has been just popping off with, people creating 4 villains, 5 villains, 6 villains here and there, and that's what pushed us up past 1,500 recently, and I do expect that to continue in the next few weeks. I know I plan to print some more, and it's because they have another promotion going on. They've had a lot of promotions going on to kind of push people to go ahead and help them get all of their villains minted, and this is something that's important for the project to move forward. I know they already have a lot of funds set aside. They already have their tokenomics of their new token all set up, and they're going to be able to launch that without all the villains minting. But if we want to see everything done in this project, we do want to see the villains continue to get minted, continue to get made. And if you haven't got into it now, this is going to be the cheapest time you can make villains. There's only, like, if you wanted to come and take advantage of one of their best promos and mint 2 serums to mint 2 heroes, you'd buy these 2, and then we'd be at a new floor. You buy these 2, we're at a new floor. You buy these 2, we're at a new these 3, we're at a new floor. And if somebody came through here and was like, I'm going to pick up 10, that would put us up here at this floor right here of 138. Now, we are seeing the commons and uncommons start to be kind of around the same level in the bottom. This is because there is so much burning going on of the original 10,000 PFPs that commons and uncommons are coming about the same rarity now, because at first people were burning mostly commons. Now a lot of people are burning uncommons. They turn them into villains. Sometimes you get a common villain, sometimes you get a rare villain, or epic or legendary. It's just the way it works. And it's going to mean that when we get to the staking pools, there's going to be kind of some interesting things going on. So let me explain that as we go ahead and take a look at the staking dynamics. So the staking dynamics, this is just day 1 of the launch day. I'm going to show you something in the tokenomics page so you understand why these numbers are so high, and then understand that they will go down. This is a project that is going to reward early adopters, but has some really great tokenomics to protect early adopters from dumping on you. So I'm going to explain that to you when we get there. And I think that this play to earn kind of mechanic of their game and their token looks really strong. I like the usability they've built into it and all the protections. But basically, villains earn twice as much as heroes because villains in theory cost twice as much as heroes. They only don't because people are selling heroes so cheap, but heroes minted at, I think, 0.3, and villains, you had to buy a serum at 0.3, and then you had to burn your hero, so they should cost you 0.6. I don't know why some people are willing to sell these so cheaply. The only thing I can think of is if you minted them, there is a 7% royalty that you get forever on the marketplace for these. So maybe you just want to get out of this project and just come back to it in a couple years and see how much those 7% royalties gave you if the project worked out. Because to be completely honest, if this project completely blew up and people started selling apes for over 1 BNB, I'd be getting 0.7 BNB anytime one of my original minted ones got sold. That can't happen for me because I haven't sold anything. But if I did decide to leave the project, that's the kind of thing I'd be looking at for the 10 I minted. Only the 10 I minted. The other ones that I have bought since then, those ones would belong to whoever actually originally minted them. So they've been getting some royalties when I picked them up. But sorry, guys, now I've got them. I don't think I'm selling them. So as you can see, we start off at 2 times for the common pool. Then you go to the uncommon villains, and it goes up by a half. Here, it only goes up by a quarter. So this one has kind of a faster uptick. So it goes from 2 to 4, while this one only goes from 1 to 2. So they both double, but just because you start at a double here, you get more over here. Now over here, there's 6,000 something. No. 8,000 something heroes. Well, there's only 1,500 something villains. So as you can see, the villain holders, if we don't see a big, fast, super quick uptake of villains entering the metaverse and us seeing maybe 2,500 or 4,000 get minted, this is going to be where you're going to be getting the best bang for your buck. Even the common villains are going to be earning, their pool is going to be bigger than ApeHeroes. You see that? Common villains bigger than ApeHeroes. Let's go back over here to the marketplace. Oops. And let's look at the villains. What's the floor on a villain, right? I mean, they should be around the price of an epic hero, right? Because of the staking rewards. Oh, no, wait. Some people are selling them cheap. Price load high. Yeah, look, I don't know why. I mean, your pool's better than an epic hero pool. Your hero pool's better than an epic hero pool. Yet people are selling these extremely cheap. I'll have to think about coming to this marketplace and looking into picking some of these up. But in order to help support the project, I'm still going to the route of minting serum and creating villains because I want to see those villains get created. And I've pulled 2 legendaries. So far that's been working out pretty well for me. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the promotion they have going on. So let me scroll out of this. They have a pinned tweet you can check out at any time. They have a promotion going on until the 31st of January. You can go ahead and mint 2 serums and you get a free gauntlet. You can mint 3 villains and you get a free gauntlet. You can create 5 villains and you get a free dino. This is the other reason why I tend to be a minter and creator, because they have these promos where you get additional benefits because you mint or create things. This is also a way to kind of help push the market along. So hopefully this maybe convinces you to go ahead and get in here and create maybe at least 3 villains, or maybe go to 5 to get your free dino. We'll go over all of these in just a moment. And they also had a partnership recently, kind of like an official team up with another project called the Ape Profits. I'm going to be going over that project, and if I like it, I'll pick up an NFT and do a video about it as well, but I don't know that much about it yet. This tweet only came out a few hours ago. They also keep talking about the fact that gauntlets are going to be big for early stakers to increase your shares. That's a little hint on what those do. They allow ape trading now within their Discord, so that's something to do. And their Discord apparently has a lot of alpha getting dropped on other project. If we come into their Discord, you can see every time you see one of these big pictures, it is a hero being bought or sold or a villain being created. They do have a lot of chatter going on in here, but you do see these pop up quite often in the last couple days. And I think I bought one just a few moments ago that might have popped into the bottom. No, it hasn't popped in yet. The bot can be a little bit slow because I bought one in my first take for the video, but I forgot to hit the record button. Kind of funny, huh? You guys can get a little chuckle on me there. Their Discord, as you can see, they have all their big announcements here, so you can also follow up with it there. And like I said, they have just a fun group for you to just kind of come chat with. These are all people that are really in the know in crypto, and it's just a good place to kind of hang out and talk. And also you can keep up with all their social media stuff and make sure that you're supporting the project if you decide to get into it. Now let's go ahead and get into their doc. So quickly here, we're going to go over the different NFTs just really quickly. So heroes are the main one they started with. They minted out 10,000 of them, but some of these heroes are going to become villains, and they're going to fight for dominance of the metaverse that they're creating. So if you want to be a hero, you should be a hero. If you want to be a villain, you get villains. Or you can be like me, you get both, because you're just going to play both sides of this. They talk about their villains, the original 10,000 heroes. They have the serums that are going to be able to create up to the 5,000 ones. So dinos are faithful companions, and they won't enter the metaverse until later on, late in Q1. So we probably are a month or two away from that. That's why we don't really know exactly what they're going to do, but they probably are going to play more into the play to earn game. Possibly also they will get a staking pool. I don't know though. That's all speculation. Here's the serums they talk about, so you know that they're basic or boosted. I've talked about those in past videos, but basically boosted got you a guaranteed rare. You can only get those second place market now, and they're getting pretty expensive. And serums give you any random rarity. Gauntlets. So gauntlets are pretty cool. What they are going to do is they are going to give a boost to your NFT staking of the POW token, but they will have future utility. So they will do something within the game, but it looks like there will only ever be 2,000 gauntlets. So that means that as people like me are taking advantage of these promos to go ahead and win free gauntlets, and I already have 5 gauntlets, we are taking away those gauntlets, and then they'll just be gone. Then we'll find out what they do in the game, and you'll be pretty sad that you maybe have to come get it from me. Now let's get into the POW token, because this is really the nuts and bolts of this project, and their having your tokenomics right is what sets a P2E project apart, sets anything apart. If the tokenomics are strong and good, it really supports the whole thing, because a token with a good price, it gathers attention, right? If POW tokens are worth a decent amount of money, well, then you're probably going to want to get an ape and start staking it, right? Now, because this token has a lot of use cases in the future, do expect that there's a possibility early on it could go down in price, but they have a great distribution model that could prevent that from happening. So we're going to talk about the token. So the POW token is their current roadmap is going to provide token utility for staking, for yield farming, for their P2E game, and their IDO launchpad. So that is great to see that they're going to have all these different things moved in there. One of the crazy things to see in a token that is related to a P2E game is it is a hard cap. That's very interesting, because a hard cap token means that rewards are going to be very, very big early on, and then start to dwindle down to just about nothing, to the point that all the tokens are given out there. And to be able to give out rewards in their P2E game, there will have to be some kind of fee structures that are created, or tournaments, or something else. We don't know for sure. The game is still coming. There is no pre-mint of this token, so that is pretty cool. But some of the token will be going to the team. And so we can break down here the supply distribution. It looks pretty good to me. So 25% of the token goes to staking and farming. This goes to NFT staking and liquidity yield farming. We don't know where their liquidity yield farming will be done. Everybody's kind of hoping to see it done on PancakeSwap, I'm sure, because that's what gets you the most attention. But it also could work to partner with a smaller project and allow your people to go over there and kind of maybe bring that community into this project. We have a 25% for the P2E and future roadmaps. So this will be set aside to be used for the play to earn game. So that's a good thing to know, that a good amount of it's going to be there. They also say future roadmaps, so we'll have to give them some leeway finding out what that is. 25% is for marketing and community. So this has to do with them getting listings, doing marketings. Also, they talked about doing community development and airdrop programs, etc. So this is all for these kind of things. They also are taking 10% to do an initial liquidity. So the team is going to provide BNB equivalent to $10,000 against 60 million of their tokens, and create an initial liquidity pairing. We don't know where that pairing will be yet, but it'll probably be where they're doing their liquidity farming. Then 15% goes to the team. The team payment will allow a sustainable pace of delivery. I don't mind a team getting 15%. That's about where I think I'm comfortable with. And they have a good modal for the token going out. Here they talk about some of their security measures if you're really interested to know. They all look great to me. They're going to renounce ownership of the original liquidity. They're also going to renounce ownership of the contracts that control the minting of the token as soon as they can. They are noting that because the project is new and they may need to adjust things in the near future, they are not going to do that right away because they want to be agile and be able to react to the market. I'm okay with that. I've had a couple of projects who locked things and then things weren't right, or they found a bug and it was just ruined everything. So you do I think want them to plan to do this, but I like the idea of the team being able to have access to it. They are doing time locks so that they can't pull anything quick on us. Any changes to the code are going to take a few hours to go into effect, and they are doing a multi-sig wallet so that no one person should be able to do anything to this contract. The MasterApe contract, they go into it a little bit farther here so that you can understand it. I'm going to skip over this part, and now we're going to go into the vesting schedule just because I think this is more important. And this video is already getting a little bit long. So the token is going to be coming out very, very aggressive in the first few weeks. So look at this, 128 per block in week 1, then all the way down to 96, then 64, 56. By 1 month into the project, as the start of week 5, will be down to 48 tokens per block. And as you can see, the per minute and the per hour numbers, I mean, they just are going to fly down. And then as you can see, we get to the point here where they get down to 3, and then they stay at 3 until we are at the end of the year. Then going into year 2, they stay at 3. Year 3, they stay at 3. But year 4, they go to 2, then 5. Year 5, 2, 1. So this is the idea. By year 8, their token at the end of it will be fully given out and will be all out into the marketplace, and the smart contract will not be minting it anymore. We'll have to see at that point where we are at with the game and everything that is going on. Now, if we get into the staking model, they talk about the staking pools. We went over them a little bit when we looked at the diagram, so I'm not going to go over this really a lot, but here's where you can learn about the equipment boost. This is where they talk about adding in the gauntlets, and maybe other times there'll be additional types of equipment that you can equip your apes with before they get staked so that you get additional rewards. They do have an early withdrawal. So there's a 7-day time lock for NFTs deposited into a pool. If you want your deposited NFT back before the 7-day time lock period, there's a penalty fee that has to be paid out of the POW. So the reason they're doing for this is they don't want people staking them, taking them out quickly and selling them, because the market takes a little pump. I like these kind of tokenomics. If you want to go ahead and stake your NFT, you have to be willing to at least stake it for a week, guys. Okay, if not, hold it and just wait for the market movement. They also talk about vesting rewards, and we're going to see the vesting model in just a moment to understand how that works. All right, the vesting model. So this is kind of a pretty interesting idea of the way this is going to work. But when we are staking our things, there's going to be claim buttons. But when you hit your claim button, what you're going to do is you're only going to get part of your tokens in liquid, and the other tokens are going to be locked up and released to you over time. The reason they're doing this is to avoid it being really dumped. Now, you're going to want to come and read this yourself to make sure you fully understand it. But they have the example of in the first week, 5% of any percent rewards are unlocked and immediately accessible, and 95% of them will be locked. The percentage of rewards claimed, unlocked, they increased each week. So in week 2, if you were to claim your rewards, 7% get given to you immediately, and 93% get locked. And this is, and they remain locked until week 49. So they're not going to let this token get just dumped into the liquidity. You're either going to have to stake for a very long time and earn a whole bunch, and then go ahead and hit claim. And now, given you could hit claim your tokens, and restake, and eventually you'd have a bunch of different delayed stake claims. If let's say you I don't know, claimed once a month, once a week, once every 2 months, you'd end up with a whole bunch of rewards that would be pushed out, and then when you restaked, you'd be at some different point where the next time you claimed, you'd be able to get a little bit more of what you did weekly. But because you were not in there, your rewards and how fast the token goes down, it's a dangerous game to be playing, because missing any blocks early on is not a good idea. They do have a way for you to unlock your tokens earlier than week 49, but they haven't explained what that is. This will have something to do with in the P2E game, or some kind of other quests or things that they're doing. We don't know everything, but we do know that they plan to have some kind of early unlocking feature. See, we did staking. Yield farming, this is coming soon. We don't know where their liquidity yield farm will be. So let's go ahead and get into POW Utility. This is kind of an outline for now, but it gives you a good idea of what they're going to be doing with the token. So future collections, POW will be used to mint future Ape Hero collections, i.e. dinos, bases, like a fort, as well as used to enhance their NFTs, i.e. decorate your bases. So the POW token will be used if you want to mint dinos, if you want to get a base for your heroes and villains, if you want to pimp your base out. All of these kind of things will require you to use the POW token on the marketplace. So that's a good thing to see. If you want to stake NFTs, POW will be used to stake NFTs for Ape Heroes collections from other projects. For example, you can stake POW and a hero to earn Pancake Swap Bunny. So this is kind of an interesting way to promote staking, where they're going to theoretically give you the chance to go ahead and stake some POW with one of your heroes to earn a different NFT from another project. So that's going to be a fun thing for them to build into the marketplace, and a good utility here, because the people will lock up that token and their hero to go ahead and get that other NFT eventually. The game will have some functionalities where the token will be usable in the game to purchase weapons, get into challenges, tournaments, upgrades. We don't know everything about the game, but it's good to see that there'll be a lot of syncs for the token within there. And POW will be used to join partner IDOs or launchpads. Allocations will be based on a quantity of POW deposited. So when they go ahead and have additional projects launch NFTs on their marketplace like they plan to, if you want to get into the launchpad of those NFTs, the original mint, those kind of things, the POW token will be involved in that. So that's our utility so far. All of it's really strong. All of it is something that I think is pretty good. All right, everybody. So that's going to wrap up the video on the Ape Heroes and the POW token. If you have any questions, let me know. Hop in their Discord. That's a better place to ask questions. Hop in the Telegram if you just want to talk with people, have a quick little chat. But the Discord is definitely the better area to be if you want to get into a serious discussion about the project. All right, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.